How's it going? I'm late. Sorry. But it's interesting. It's August 11th and August 11th, 2000. I'm recording this, 2014. I put my first video up on YouTube. So I thought that energy, I'm not saying astrology wise it's the same, but intuitively. So I just put in the search engine August 11th, 2014 astrology, and the Leo King was the first one that came up. And I'm like, I'm going to just listen to this. And he said, and I'm quoting slash paraphrasing, that the universe has shown us a direction in our life. It's giving us signs. And there's a magical gateway. And he said magical is a key word. And it's time and we just need to make the decision whether we're going to step through it or not. So I just thought I'd share that for everyone because I thought it was a pretty cool message. You got a bonus card over here for the outcome. All right, let's get started. Whoops. Ooh, the star and the ace of wands. Yes. Yes. Just inspiration, motivation, creativity, moving forward, new beginning, like getting your mojo going. This is healing, dreaming big. Healing, doing the work. Because you have to think the star comes after the tower. So a tower situation maybe occurred for you recently, and now it's the time to sort of put things in perspective. But it's often the tower shakes things that were not sustainable. And it can be a wake-up call. It's usually a wake-up call for all involved. And, you could have been the one in denial or you could have been, you could be any side of that. And it sort of, leaves destruction because everything comes crashing down. But it's in that, it's like sifting through the rubble that can lay the seeds of creativity and a new beginning for us. And so that's what I'm feeling here, that kind of after this is a fire sign, the fire goes through a forest, but there can be new growth. So I feel like you've really grown from some situation recently, and now you are inspired to move forward and start healing. Recent past, oh wow, Aquarius just had this in the exact same position. This is that summer energy, the simple things in life, childhood, home, going home, homecoming, people from our past, the simple things in life. The caution with this card is nostalgia. So if you could if you could literally, it's interesting. I was listening to Armchair Expert, which I love, with Dax Shepard, and he was talking to Peter Krause, who was on Parenthood. He played his brother on Parenthood. And they were both talking about how volatile and, quite frankly, an abusive their fathers were. And they were like, no, but I love them. They were wonderful. And I was and I know Dax has done tons of therapy, so I know he's dealt with it. But I was kind of like, if you could literally go back and be a child and be in that situation, sometimes we can romanticize and yeah, is it healthy to dwell on something? No. But we have to be careful not to allow time to cloud our judgment. Things could have been better than we remember them, or worse. You know what I mean? So there's just that tiny bit of caution that it's like the grass is always greener where it used to be. If we could go back, we might remember that there are bugs or nettles in that grass. The focus is the Seven of Pentacles. To me, this is a card of timing. It's a card of patience. And how long do you work on is perseverance, yet knowing when enough is enough or when it's time to harvest. It's kind of a tricky thing, timing. Have I given, let's see what this other card is, the High Priestess. So this is saying trust your intuition right now. Trust your gut. Trust that thing that comes up and you go and you tamp it back down. It could be that you were wrong. It could be that um, this person who you want to believe in isn't great. Or it could be, yes, you can do that thing. Don't let your ego, you can do that thing you want to do, but you tell yourself, oh, I can't make a living at it. Like whatever bubbles to the surface that you push back down, take that, pull that up above the water and examine it. It's time to look at those hidden things at this moment and really, truly deal with them, right? Well, maybe my childhood wasn't so happy. Maybe I need to look at that time my parents were screaming at me, or I don't know, I'm making this up. Or that old significant other was, maybe that I'm still traumatized and I don't even realize it. What you want the most? Oh, Nine of Pentacles, simplicity. This is, again, this kind of, even though they're different suits, this kind of reminds me, like, it's like the adult version of the Six of Cups. Like, I've worked hard for what I've done, and, this society in this world is like, drive more, do more, do more. If you can't brag that you're busy and you're doing all this stuff, it's like, what'd you do this weekend? I'm often like, nothing. And they're like, oh, and I'm like, no, it was awesome. Like, it was great. Now, should I have done more? Maybe. I maybe error on the other side. But okay, do you guys ever find, like, no matter how much I clean, it's still not, like, there's got to be a point where you're like, no, I'm going to go sit and read a book. Like, you're my last reading. I'm going to go outside and just enjoy the day. It's my last day before I go back to work. And I'm going to maybe even do a little day drinking and sit outside and be happy. Like, not telling people to day drink, but, gotta have those days where you just have some downtime. The near future is the King of Cups. So let's use that example, seeing as this comes up, of the angry parent. So the wonderful side of the King of Cups is that he can be a counselor. He can be very aware of his feelings, but in the upright, say he gets a nasty email at work where someone's like accusing him and he's like, I know I sent that person, blah, blah, blah. Instead of finding that email and forwarding it to the person with a nasty comment, he's like, okay, I'm a little bit pissed right now, so I'm going to give myself some time. I'm going to sleep on it. And before I send the email, I'm going to ask someone, maybe a sword person, to read it and make sure it's devoid of that I didn't bite, that I didn't get sucked in, that I didn't go tit for tat and send back an equally inflammatory email. Like, I'm not going to allow my emotions. I know I'm pissed. I know it wasn't true or fair with this but I don't need to get into it like a child. The bad side would be the anger, right? Or the nastiness, or the emotional manipulation, or the freezing someone out, or however it's going to manifest itself. So this is a time of maturity, I'm going to say, for you, being in touch with your emotions. And you are Pisces, water sign. So stepping into the positive maturing of the King of Cups and realizing that I love this podcast, Bob and Sherry. I've been listening to them for off and on when I could. Now that it's a podcast, I can listen forever. They're just like funny and light and just what I need sometimes. And Bob was saying, he's like, I've made a conscious effort. Like, if my wife wants me to go to a wedding, I don't want to go to the wedding. This was just this past week. I think he was talking about this. I can either be the guy who bitches about it and goes and is like, can we leave yet? Can we leave yet? Can we go yet? I don't mean to be picking on guys. It could be a girl that does the same thing. Like, or I can know that she's going to do things for me that she doesn't want to do, and I'm going to do things for her and just make the best of it and have a good time, because no one wants to be with that person that's bitching and fussing the whole time. So, and that was something conscious. He's like, I could become that grumpy person. I totally can. He's a Virgo. He's super like OCD, and he wants things a certain way. And, um, he's like, I make again, conscious effort to be mindful of my emotions and how they're coming out. Now, the other thing with Pisces, you can be self-destructive and turn them inward as well. So be nice to others and yourself. And I just see you really kind of, I don't know, I feel like maybe some of you have gotten some therapy or just had some aha moments, or dealt with something and now you're feeling good with it. But it's like, yeah, something that you were in denial came out and is being examined. And you have more patience. You're being able to calm down and enjoy the simple things in life. Yeah, there's a childhood factor. Let's look at the overall cards here. Justice. So this is a lawsuit or balance, karma. The Fool, being free, moving forward, taking a leap of faith, I never read it this way, but like being released from old patterns or habits or whatever. And the Queen of Swords. So strong air. Remember I said talking about your air sign? Going to an air sign and being like, maybe you need like an air sign type counselor, lawyer, whatever, like confidant, I guess I want to say, to really be straight with you. Like almost some tough love, but it's going to be done in a way that you're going to like get it, like a wake up call. And I really do feel like it has something to do with childhood. Like you're going to be like, you know what? That wasn't such a great time growing up with in that situation or with that person, or I'm kind of traumatized from that. And have I unknowingly been now doing, have I turned into that grumpy adult or impatient, or do I have to have something like, I'm getting this Virgo energy for some reason, like do I have to have everything perfectly neat, and if everyone around me can't comply with my unrealistic need for perfection, that I don't like make it a flaw of them. And instead I realize, and this could be someone around you as well, you could be on either side of this, that like was my parent unrealistic? Was I never enough? Did the goalpost keep getting moved on me? And now am I doing that to other people or even myself, and setting myself up for failure because no one's perfect? I feel like for some of you, you needed to like have a shocking, and I don't mean to scare you, but like something like it's like, almost like I feel like a tower moment that is shaking, like is bringing this whole change, like rock bottom. And often though, it's the straw that breaks the camel's back. It doesn't have to be some crazy major event, but it's like you heard it this time, the last straw, whatever, something was just said in the moment and in a way that it clicked for you. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, Pisces. Have a wonderful August. Take care.